Wolverine Guy Kill. Bullets, 2 once.
Right up Main Street.
We win this shit.
Oh my god, penetration.
Wolverine Guy Kill. Welcome to the Wolverine Nation.
Hello, there we go. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another Monday here in the Wolverine Lair. I'm Wolverine Guy Kev. I'm a professional opera singer. I'm 47 years old. I'm a father of 4. I'm down 50 pounds. This monstrosity here, Red Wing, collecting all the pussy in the world. 317 to be exact. How you doing today, brother? Hi, Beam. Thank you so much for that lurk. Glad I finally fixed the lurk command. Although I need to change it so it's not your login name and your actual username with the correct capitalization. That's just me using a different variable. What's going on, y'all? It is December 2nd. It is brand new month, the same old goals. Today's gonna be back day, not back and bicep day. I know it's a little bit misleading at the beginning when it's got back and bicep. I'm still suffering from a bit of a forearm strain, but starting January, I'll be back to that. You see, I finally got another like a tendonitis wrap or a golfer's elbow wrap. Plotting the downfall of your enemies. That is a typical Monday morning activity. I have a shit ton of stuff to do today, guys. I have I've got to replace. I got to go out and buy a filter for my furnace. It's not complicated. I just have to go do it. Do some grocery shopping. I sold one of my belts. One of the ones I really love. That one hurt, but Christmas, yo. Gotta get those Christmas presents. So I gotta get that boxed up, bubble wrapped, and shipped out. There was something else I had to do. Oh yeah, pick up my kids and sustain their lives. Are we doing swimming today? There seems to be some confusion on that one. Yeah. I logged in. I'm not going to Elimination Chamber. YouTube stream is up. Log into Twitch, Expedia, no. All right, and they fixed my parking for Christmas at the Greenfield Village, so that's a plus. I don't have to bitch at them this year. They are so protective over this parking area that nobody parks at. It's so fucking annoying. I apologize also for the extended starting soon screen. I completely forgot that my 18-year-old borrowed my tripod, which means that he unhooked my camera, which means that my toddler got a hold of my camera and I had to hide it, which means I had to remember where it was hidden. Agro Sicilian, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Which also means I had to find the tripod, which also means I had to set it up. There was a lot. Plus, there were just a couple things doing already, like Spidey. Oh man, Spider-Man gets the shaft in most comics. there was that hot minute where everybody he knew was a clone, and then he thought he was a clone, but then he was fooled into thinking he was a clone by the actual clone, who turned out to be a guy that thought he was Peter Parker and did not know he was a clone. And then it was all orchestrated by Hobgoblin, who was Ned, his best friend. Aunt May was a clone. Mary Jane was a clone. Everybody was a clone. Fucking sake. Also, Spider-Man comic sales, when that storyline was going on. That's about the time I believe they fired Todd McFarlane, or that he quit. He left. That's kind of the point. Todd McFarlane, if you don't know, is one of the most talented Spider-Man artists that they've ever had. He left Marvel due to what he saw was a stupid creative direction overall. And he just didn't like the way Marvel was run, so he went and he created Spawn, which is fucking fantastic. Let's see, what else is going on? I did not get cast as it was the part that I auditioned for that film, and they offered me a part that was much smaller, and thus financially to me not worth it. So I ended up turning down the whole thing. It would have been different if I gotten like maybe a full day of filming on it, but I was gonna get a half day of filming, which I mean it would have been a couple $100, but like I wouldn't have got any rehearsal time, which would have been extra money on that. I only appeared in one scene and did like one silly little thing, and I'm always wary of parts that they try to sell as, well, you're gonna get some film time. Like I don't give a shit about that. Like I want something to like challenge me, which is why I was doing this part in particular. It was like within my skill set, but something I'd never done before. So like what was it? I auditioned for Rent. This was many years ago. And I auditioned for Roger. And there was a guy who I will say that they probably had their eye on him for Roger anyway, just from what I knew about him and his relationship with the theater. But he was better than me. I mean, he was better than me for the role. But I had also put in like I was interested in being Collins, and nothing. They were like, "Course, you'll get stage time." Like, I don't need stage time. I don't. That doesn't like I've done enough in my life to where I just stage time doesn't do a thing for me anymore. So thanks, but no thanks on that one. I have to get some pre-workout here. So why are there so many YouTube updates there? No idea why that is. Sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna do a quick be right back. I'm gonna get some pre-workout, then we're gonna get going. Don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back. If you're just joining me, I'm Wolverine Guy Kev. We're about 20 minutes into doing nothing so far. I'm working on a couple things for streams, little things I think are cool. But they're not. I'd be shocked if I got them done by the end of the week. I have a couple of gigs coming up this week. What's my first day at the Village? I gotta check that. 4th? No. 5th? Nope. I get to watch the Packers game. 6th? Nope. 7th? Nope. The 8th, Saturday. Saturday is my first day at the Village singing Christmas carols. Got a couple new ones in there. It's that place is a clusterfuck. It really is. There were a series of spirited emails between myself and my boss's boss about whether or not I could use my iPad. Now, this sounds pretty open and shut. The Historica Village. No. But here's the thing. The music they give you is in a very floppy, cheap, bright fucking fire engine red plastic floppy folder. You have to use their folder. Okay. In order for us to see, since we're out there in the middle of the night, well, I mean, it's after 5 p.m., is we have to use battery operated stand lights that we clip right on, which then add weight, which causes them to flop even more. My solution to avoid that was to bring my black leather choir folder that has a spot for me to hide my iPad in. No one ever knew I used an iPad except for my boss. That was it, because I told her I was using it. 2 years in a row, she's told her boss that I used an iPad. Last year, I thought we had this settled where I said, look, if you can tell I'm using it, tell me. I will never even attempt to use it again. But I'm telling you right now, this has all of my notes for the past several years. I'm a forgetful person, so it's a lot easier for me to use my iPad. I can swap new songs in and out. I can curate the set list. I don't have to rip songs out, put them back in, no dog ears, nothing like that. I don't lose my music year to year. Just let me use my iPad. And we're like, we'll bring it the first day. We'll see how it is. No one said a goddamn word to me. I have been using my iPad this is my 5th year out there. Every single year. Everyone knew I was using it. I get an email from my boss. His name is X. Like, hey, it's come to my attention. Rachel told me to use your iPad, and I'm a musician too, and when I do gigs, it's really convenient to just have all your music in there. But we are a historical village. Talking to me like it's like my first fucking day out there, and I was like, hey, is this a new rule? Because I've been doing this for 5 years, and everyone knew I was using it. So is this new? What is the problem here? And then it turned into a thing because I named names and brought up emails. And finally, it was just the boss's boss, like basically the president of the village. That is a weird title, but it's a title. Said no, just arbitrarily. Okay, lead with that. It's a problem this year. Okay. My biggest pet peeve as an employee, you want to talk about management styles that do not mesh well with me, being talked to like I'm a child, or just not being straight with me. It's that just tell me what you need. I need clear communication. And when you're sending me different message year to year, it pisses me off. Yeah. So That's the bullshit I've been dealing with. I'm debating on whether or not I want to deadlift today. My back's feeling pretty good, so I feel like I should solve that. It was a good weekend for football. Holy shit, it was a good weekend for football. Let me tell you how great of a weekend it was for football. I am I don't have my music there. Huh. For starters, my Lions won. Clusterfuck as that game was, my Lions won. Snapped an 8-year Thanksgiving Day losing streak, which never should have been a thing anyway, but we beat the Bears. As much as the refs wanted us not to, we beat the Bears. And then Ohio State played the absolute worst football I have ever seen. Ever. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. Like, what the fuck? All right, I gotta fix something. It's gonna drive me insane. Give me just a second, y'all. Pop this around here. Oops. Oh god. Oh, back. What is that? Well, that's not the right camera. I always love when I find this shit out by, you know. Yeah. All right. There we go. Fuck's sake. Fix that. There. All right. That was weird. I noted that. What I need to do, got a studio mode for starters. Every time I go to this screen, it turns into just chatting. Yes, I know it's a mess behind me. Don't judge me right now. I need to download. And if anything is really fucked up, my kid has been messing so much with everything on my PC. Like he just starts clicking buttons. He subscribed to a Twitch streamer for 6 months. I don't even know who it is. There's just one little thing for a widget that needs to be downloaded. Because it keeps going into my my downloads folder and I keep deleting it, forgetting that I actually is site not working? Oh, that's good. Oh, that worked out. Okay. Maybe it won't get fixed tonight. Tips. Now, downloads. I think their server is down. That sucks. All right, hold on. Oh, that's not the right one. Okay. Thought I fixed it. I was wrong. I think to live in Detroit, you have to know this song. The Lions accidentally leaked their protection calls. Like one of the players took a selfie, and play calls were behind them. There we go. All right. So I need the bar. I swear, don't look right. Nothing music, no, and never let it go. Only one shot. Provider. Okay, maybe I'm just crazy. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's what happened. All right. I don't know what my kid did. That's the issue is. Huh. Okay. Well then. All right. Now let's do the thing, shall we? So I don't think I'm gonna deadlift today. I just do not feel like it. All right, guys. So we're doing back and bicep day. I'm an older guy. Okay, that kind of goes without saying. So with me, I've stretched quite a bit. Now back day isn't as huge of a deal for stretching because I mean, what do? You give yourself a hug for a stretch. Kind of go through the motions. Don't lift heavy right off the bat. It's just a silly thing to do. When you're young, I still recommend stretching, but fuck it. I mean, don't listen to me. The hell do I know? I've just been lifting for 20 years. No, I don't look it, but that's true. I don't know if I add 2 glasses of water before I hit that pre-workout, but so we're gonna start with lat pull down, wide grip. Gonna hit the upper back primarily. So it's gonna get the upper lat. It's gonna get the the Radis, the Terries, the and the rhomboids. What am I doing? I don't know what any of those words mean. I just kind of rattled them off. One of these days, I'm going to start talking technical, and somebody's going to come in and like call me out for not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. You are not level. I just don't care right now. All right. Notification from somebody on LinkedIn. That morning snack. That. I also had a fiber one. There. All right. Cool. All up to date there. So I'm rolling my shoulders back and down, getting a wide grip here. I'm hooking my hands over top, and I'm keeping my arms tense. Brace the core, and then really lock your knees underneath. And this is only 70 pounds here, so this is definitely a warm-up set for me. Coffees. Anyone tried Bones Coffee brand? I honestly rarely get any coffee outside of the Keurig, the name brand, their Green Mountain Brew, because it's cheap. I have a Keurig, and their brown sugar donut crumble coffee has nothing for calories and tastes delicious. So, no, to answer your question, I have not tried the Bones coffee brand. I'll drink Starbucks once in a while, but usually I'll drink some kind of frilly fucking mocha choco latte bullshit kind of drink. I am definitely a girly girl when it comes to drinking coffee. I don't need burnt bean water in my life. Okay, so once again, shoulder blades down and back. Gonna keep the arms tense. It's true, man. It's true. I'm like Bat Dad. That mocha choca bullshit. I've had some community members come in here, and I'm not going to name names on this, but that have kind of criticized my form, specifically my tempo on reps, because I'll go through the concentric fairly fast. And I'm not like trying to rush through it, but I'm not doing it slow either. And their suggestion, or that their point of view, is that I should be moving through the entire range of motion very, very slow. And I'm going to tell you that as far as building muscle goes, number one, and two, losing fat, that is not the way to go. When I say building muscle, I mean specifically hypertrophy. And that is the more aesthetic weightlifting. Which has nothing to do with functional strength. You're going to stimulate your muscles more if you move through the ROM. I mean, again, not rushing it, but you don't want to move so slow through the concentric portion that you're fatiguing yourself. You're doing yourself It's completely, it's like one step forward, two steps back. The important thing is that you squeeze that contraction for a split second, just to make, to get that pump, which is real. Essentially, that is more of a sensation than really anything that is helping you out there. And then control the negative, control the eccentric portion. You just don't let it fly back with gravity or momentum or whatever. That's what's really important. All right, this is my last warm-up set. Then we're going to start getting into some working sets. About to fall over. Okay. So my wish for the new year is that Ryan Day has to go looking for a new job because I can't stand that man. I just want to punch him in the face every time I see him. You don't know who Ryan Day is? No. I envy you. He's the coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And one year he told Jim Harbaugh to his face that his team was going to hang 100 on us. And since he made that comment, they haven't scored 100 points total in 4 years. They're 84 right now. And they have not beaten us. Not a single time. And they were the ones that were crying that we were cheating. We weren't. They're the ones that keep saying the NCAA hammer's going to fall and we're going to vacate all of our wins. No, we're not. And no, it won't. And this year, they went out, Ohio State went out, literally spent, if you count the money spent on players, $21 million. And the money spent on coaches, $20 million. They spent $41 million to put together a team specifically designed not even to win the national championship, just to beat Michigan. And they didn't do it. We were playing down. So from our national championship season last year, we lost almost our entire coaching staff. The assistant coach moved up to head coach. We lost every other coach because they all followed Harbaugh to the NFL. And 17 starters went to the NFL. What? Okay. Sure. So we were actually all year, we're like, okay, Ohio State, you get the win this year. And they still couldn't fucking manage it. All they did was talk shit all year. And because of that, they're not going to the Big Ten championship either because they lost to Oregon. So now it's Oregon and Penn State for the Big Ten championship. The best that Ohio State can hope for in the playoffs is a number 6 seed because they're going to be behind Notre Dame. They don't get a first round bye. They're not going to win their division. It's just, I couldn't imagine a more perfect ending for their season. And, now their fans are like, well, have fun watching us in the playoffs from the couch. Like, yeah, we were unranked and on our way to a 500 season, and we still whipped your ass in your stadium. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. It'd be different. It would sting a lot more watching from the couch if it was like 12 years ago. God, actually probably longer than that, when they were number 1 and we were number 2 and we lost by a field goal, that would sting a bit more. Nah, we had absolutely no aspirations of the playoffs this year. Fuck off. Not that I'm a bitter person. I'm so bitter. I'm petty as fuck when it comes to the Buckeyes, guys. You know, I mean, fuck, my name is Wolverine Guy Kev. I know there's a lot of not maize and blue on my channel and a lot of the comic book Wolverine, but I bleed maize and blue. As we all know, maize and blue makes purple. Put some more weight on there. How's everyone doing on Christmas shopping? I am actually more than halfway done. I gotta get one or two more things for the older kids. I haven't got anything for my 18-year-old, but he gave me his list late. So I'd like to get him a couple of things and get one more thing for my oldest. And the younger two pretty much done. I got Joel almost his entire list. And then with Cadence, it's hard to shop for him because even with him being 4, he doesn't communicate if he does have like a big like wish for Christmas. So what do you get the autistic kid, you know? So I got him some sensory toys. I got him some things I know he likes from his therapy. Made out like a bandit on those. But I just, you know, I just feel bad because there isn't like a big gift for him, you know what I mean? And that has everything to do with the fact that I don't know what to get him. Because there's got to be something he can't break. Because when he gets pissed off, he's just going to throw it. So I'm just kind of stuck on that. Jen's like, no, he's good. I'm like, is he though? I like going all out for my kids. I never had that opportunity when I was younger. Like my parents did all right financially when my dad was working at GM, but then it got a little tight for us for a while. We'll do one more set of those. This is the 37th year of nobody getting me the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier. Fuck! Everyone sucks. You guys ever seen that thing? Like, okay, so you have to be my age to remember it. But one year in the 80s, mid 80s, G.I. Joe, I think it's Hasbro, came out with an aircraft carrier. And it was an aircraft carrier that was big enough to house, you want that for your Transformers figures? But it was fucking huge. It was like from here to here. I mean, you saw, I'm an adult, full-grown man, and I just had to walk to get to the end of it. Probably about that wide. And it's got like a full functioning tower on it where you can put all sorts of action figures. And G.I. Joe had these pretty large F-14 Tomcat toys. You could put 3 of them on that aircraft carrier. You could fit 3 functionally. Had a working siren for when Cobra attacked. Had a big old PA system. I mean, it was amazing. I don't know what the hell I would have done with it. It was the coolest fucking thing I'd ever seen. For the record, I was really more into Transformers than G.I. Joe. I mean, I watched G.I. Joe every fucking day, but I was way more into Transformers. And but man, I saw that and my mom was like, no, not happening. And in reality, there is nowhere we would have been able to put that. There was one house we lived in when I was a kid that we would have been able to put that down in the basement. That is it. Nowhere else. Ugh. Ugh. All right, let's change that angle. Zombie. It was way bigger than Metroplex. Way bigger than Metroplex. You could have put Metroplex on this aircraft carrier, and High Beam will back me up on that. I also want a Metroplex. Metroplex inexplicably was around the same price as this thing. But Metroplex was also a much more intricate toy that had to transform. Like Metroplex would take up like one of these squares here, which is a huge ass toy. A huge toy. The aircraft carrier would definitely take up 6 and maybe part of 7 and 8. So yeah, it was insane. But I mean, the aircraft carrier did transform, Metroplex did, so I imagine that's where the price like kind of evened out with them. So in that respect, Metroplex almost had to be more durable because of all the moving parts. One thing, my buddy Josh, he shot me a picture of a few years ago, was the waist high Unicron that had gotten a Kickstarter behind it, fully transformable. And he shoots me a picture of it, and he's like, now I need you to settle an argument. Okay, how many do you buy? 2, that's easy. And like, I swear to God, the boy lives in St. Louis. I could hear his wife yelling at me from there. Hasbro, can we take that design, make it half scale, and turn it into... Yes, exactly. But for real, though, if you're going to get a fully transformable Unicron that's that big and so badass, you're going to get 2 because you're never going to play with it. You have one in planet mode. You're going to have one in robot mode. High Beam, do you concur? I give 0 fucks how much it costs. I need 2 of them. Ah. Yup. But oof, they're expensive. Yeah, I mean, you only just have to mortgage your house again. No big deal. But the point is, you have 2 Unicrons. I think that's the point that everyone's missing. And the thing is, then, what you need, in addition to that, is a scale replica of Cybertron, the planet, and like with Unicron's head orbiting. Like, I would move all of my gym stuff out of the way just to essentially be able to have various scenes from Transformer the movie just set up and staged here. With an enormous invisible fence and my kid wearing a shot collar. Somebody please edit that out. CPS is going to come straight at me. Not a shot collar, but an enhanced psychological motivator to stay the fuck out. That should be, you know, what should be punishment for kids is if they fuck with your Transformers toys, then they have to watch the Transformers series. What the fuck is that? Why was that there? I swear to God, I don't know what my kid did, but they have to watch the entirety of Transformers, starting with episode 1, and get attached to all the G1 Transformers, then watch the movie. Ugh. I don't know what the hell happened with that. Well, I do. For some reason, my Logitech camera is freeze framed there. So fucking annoying. I had that thing working too. I get to go back through and figure out what my kid changed. My alert command is awesome now, though. I changed that a little bit. Now, instead of just I can smell you, the alert emote comes up in the corner like he's looking over. Very cool. You notice I got one of these now. My arm feels a ton better. It's not healed, but it feels a ton better. My exercise ring is closed. Good. I'm still not to the point where I feel comfortable doing curls. My God, LinkedIn, stop fucking emailing me. Jesus Christ. Temperatures and all notes from the learning. Someone by first performance night with the in or out of heart. No errors very much hurting the mics. Please provide practice recordings. And thank you. You're very much appreciated. Yeah, whatever. Wait, which one is that? Oh, that's not the one I want. So on TikTok, I am currently. Who does this? This does. Who is this? I'll figure it out. Oh, I know what I can do. Shazam! Hidden Citizens. Here's the cover art right there. This is the Epic trailer version. Somebody clip this for High Beam. That way she can just go right back to it if she can't look it up right now. Or send it to her in Discord. Yeah, I love this cover, honestly. I hear shit on other streamers' channels, and I am always like, I've got my phone just ready for Shazamming and adding to my workout playlist. I put all this shit away because I'm actually going to need it. I think it's hilarious that I had to Shazam something playing on an Apple device, but the Apple Music Windows app doesn't like to play nice with the ecosystem very well. Like the amount of problems that I have, I just shouldn't have. All right, this is the fun part where I get to figure out how much weight I need on a straight arm pull down. My ass still hurts. And smart ass says it's from, I know I'm gonna need more than this. I did glute day on Saturday. Oh, I definitely need more weight. Fuck, I'm putting a 25 on there. Today is the last episode ever of Superman and Lois. A lot of rumors on what's going to happen. I have my own ideas on at least how they solve the Superman losing his powers issue. Yes, I know I probably spoiled it for some people, but it's an issue. This is like the second fight with Doomsday. They made him completely comic book accurate as far as like, well, there's still one big difference, but not going to go into that because that's a spoiler. But my music stopped again. What happened here? So weird. So one of Doomsday's things is that the way he was created was a Kryptonian scientist. This is comic book canon. A Kryptonian scientist created him specifically to evolve, and so he just kept torturing and killing him, and then he'd bring him back to life, evolved stronger, until he got to the point where, at least on Krypton, he could not be hurt anymore. And because a Kryptonian tortured and killed him so many times, he had a blind rage for Kryptonians, which is why he was drawn to Earth, because Clark was the only one left. Well, Clark and Kara Zor-El, I think. Was it? No, Supergirl was a shapeshifter. That wasn't the actual Supergirl. But anyway, so that's why he came to Earth. And if you watch Dawn of Justice, Batman versus Superman, Lex Luthor created Doomsday using Zod's body and some of his own DNA. Ugh. 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 He went through the evolution process in the movie in the one fight. So they killed him, he evolved, I didn't think they killed him, they just hurt him and he evolved. Until they stabbed him through the heart with kryptonite. And then they teased the actual, like, how they brought Superman back in the comics at the end of the movie, and then they just completely fucking ignored it. In Superman and Lois, they made no efforts really. I mean, they were telling an original story. They didn't try to cram it into like a 15-minute like fever dream of Lex Luthor's. There was logic behind it. There was, I mean, a little, as much logic as you can have in a Superman show. And they explained the evolution thing. They explained a lot. I like how it was done. It's still not comic accurate Death of Superman, which I really believe if they just took the comic book version of the Death of Superman, the Reign of the Supermen, and then the Return of Superman, and they'd have to condense it a little bit. But I think it would absolutely, like, it would do so well. But you'd have to have the whole Justice League involved in it. I mean, we're talking, to do it right, it's a minimum of 3 movies. Really, to do it right, you need 6. Because you're going to need time. Ugh. Ugh, one more. And one of the first things they did in Superman and Lois was introduce Steel. They didn't call him that, but, and in a very weird way of bringing him in. And it was like a kind of a nod to the Arrowverse, which due to COVID, they just ended up abandoning their ties to the Arrowverse and just kind of didn't mention it ever again. Which sucks. It's bad writing, but there's really no other way to do it. I get it. I get why they had to. I like their version of Steel. It's way better than Shaq's. It definitely was the opposite of the comics. Steel very much admired Superman, respected Superman, and owed him. Superman saved his life. And he felt, this is in the comics, when Superman died, that he had a responsibility to use, John Henry Irons is very, very, very smart. He's an engineer. But to use his knowledge and help people like Superman helped him. And so he created the steel suit. giant ass hammer. Whereas in Superman and Lois, he kind of had a thing against Superman, a big thing against Superman. It was one of Superman's first big bads, was Steel in that show. Ugh. So, all done. Woo. All right. And that'll do it for me. So, guys, I got a ton of shit to do today. That's going to do it. Get this camera fixed. All right. Thanks, everybody, so much for showing up. There are links to Discord and merchandise in the chat right now. Yeah, thanks so much for showing up. I appreciate you guys, especially, you know, if you're chatting with me and keeping me company, great. If you're just lurking, that's awesome too. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with a longer stream. Well, it's leg day, so it will be longer. Today's cut short because I can't really work, again, biceps. This has got to heal. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. Hopefully all clabbers, you son of a bitch. Hey, check out the ooh emote. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I-beam was inspired. All right, y'all. I'm out. You guys have a great day.